here's the starting grid for today's race. We have Bichone starting from pole position for the first time in his career, followed by Rosgui for Arian. On the second row we have Ari George reserving for RTX Boeing, followed by J Martin reserving for Racing Point, who have their home race today. Yo Spindor starts from 5th, followed by Mpatuko, the second Arian driver, who is reserving for Bilaron today. M. Ludwig starts 7th as the solitary wave line on the grid. Then it's A. Lexowski in 8th. NT he starts 9th. A. Ugran as the solitary McDonald's driver starts from 10th. J. Hatch starts from 11th. Bionobla starts from 12th. S. Figo starts from 13th, last round's race winner in Sochi. And B. Ricky, after having to take an engine wear penalty, will have to start from 14th. Without further ado, let's get straight into the race here in Silesia Ring. Here we go. Hello and welcome! 33 laps here at the Silesia Ring at Kamień Śląski, and we're underway! And here we go! Very exciting qualifying yesterday, and of course it's resulted in a Bichone pole position, which has started. Oh my god, 3 drivers go off! Martin, Mafagil, Rosgui, and Ludwig are off. What the hell happened there? Oh my god, Ludwig in 14th currently, and this has become very quickly a comeback race for him. Ari George up to 2nd, Batuko already up to 3rd. Then Spinador up to 4th. We have Hatch up in 5th currently. Lexowski up to 6th. Ugran up to 7th. Martin down 4 positions to 8th. And, oh, I think he just got killed. Figo's up into 8th. Ricky up into 9th. He started last. What a start that was. Batuko's gone past Ari George. He's up in 2nd now. We're missing quite a lot of the front runners. We're missing Bilaron for Arian, of course. And we're also missing Jay Fury for McDonald's. Only one McDonald's car on the field today, and they're the constructor leaders. And now Hatch getting past, oh my god, Batuko, just a whole lot of errors, unforced and forced. He's down into 5th currently, and we've got this little pack. We've got both BARs in here, and they've got the new green liveries to celebrate the death of Margaret Thatcher, which I think we can all agree on. That was probably one of the better deaths to happen in the history of the world. Then we also have the special Racing Point livery for, of course, home race of the owner, Polak, also of one of the drivers. No, actually, sorry, no, he's now ruined. My apologies. Just a home race of the team principal. So they've got a special livery for that. The BAR one is a main. What is Hatch running on the podium right now? He's replacing who was his goddamn name? The French guy. He's replacing the other French guy. Yeah, Strivi. He's replacing him. And yeah, he's running on the podium currently. Then we have the 2 BARs. They're up in 4th and 5th. They've got Batuko behind them, Lexowski in 7th, Ugran in 8th. Ludwig has managed to make it back up to 9th. Very nicely done from him. Ricky's running 10th. Martin started P4. He's down into 11th. Onobla 12th. Tihi 13th. And Rosgui, well, started 2nd. He's down into 14th. He said himself this was to be expected. Probably not in the fashion that we saw though with that rocket. And yeah, Hatch is holding, he is holding down that P3 currently. Oh, never mind. Not anymore, he isn't. Figo, up into the podium position. He won the last race at Sochi. Started, I believe, 13th here today. And he's already looking to make it. Oh, Hatch tried to go for an inside move there. Didn't have the momentum to hold down that dive bomb. And Figo is still running P3. Ari George and Shoney are sitting very not too far from each other, about a second gap. But Ari George got softs compared to Shoney's mediums. That might give you a look at how dominant the CPR car seems to be here for Silesia Ring. Seems to have gotten all of... Oh my god, 3 wide for that hairpin from Joa Spinador, James Hatch and then Batuco. As Figo runs away into that podium position, Joa obviously probably also trying to help out there by fighting the people behind him. Will probably be looking to try and get a P4 himself, but Hatch has detached himself from the pack behind a little bit now. I don't think we've seen any pit stops yet in this race. Ricky and Martin with that P10 fight, Tihi and P12, then Nobla, and then Rosqui's not too far behind here. He's still holding on. Might be last, but he's not too far behind second last. So he's still in this race. Here we go, Yoa. Oh, tried to go. I don't know if he got slightly nudged there by the trailer of Hatch, or if he just hit the grass by himself. Either way, his car hit the grass and he has lost some time there. Batuco now down the inside of Hatch through turn 1. Leksuski catching up to the back of Spinador. Ugran running a respectable 8th. I think it's been a relatively calm race for him so far, and it's been a relatively calm race for the top 2. And since Figo has ran away, it's been quite chill for him as well. Let's compare some lap times. Alright, George into the pits. We can't compare that. 36.82 from Shone, 36.63 from Figo. It was 2/10 faster than the rocket ship CPR that lap. It's a 37.62 from Yoa. As we see, I think nearly all of the soft runners into the pits at the end of lap 9. All of them, in fact. Looks like Benanobla and Mafagil Rosgui also into the pits. Tihi promoted up to 6th temporarily as a result of he started on the mediums. He's currently in front of his teammate. Will he let him by? Will we see some HRT Storm team orders here? Oh yes. Comfortably lets him by, and now will he fight Batuco? Oh, okay. Well, he just killed him. That's not fighting. That's just not driving well. Here comes Ludwig now, looking to go down the inside. Batuco also looking to go down the inside. I think Tihi returned position to him there, to be fair. And he does have dead-ass medium tires. So he might have escaped punishment for that. Leksuski in 9th. We've got Shone into the pits now, which promotes Yoa up into the lead of the race currently on those slightly worn hard tires. Ugran promoted up to 2nd. He's fighting Ari George, who has performed a successful undercut of Shone. He started on the soft, Shone started on the mediums, and now George has the mediums and Shone has the hard, so he's been forced to still have faster tires than Shone to try and compete. And Shone slowed down there a little bit by Ugran, which is completely clean, but slowed down. Jesus. Nonetheless, now he's looking to try and catch up to Ari George. Figo also getting past Ugran, also closing down on Shone and George, as Yoa is still holding down the lead on the hard tires. If Ari George and Shone catch up to him, no doubt he'll try and slow them down cleanly to help Figo catch the back of him and overtake and fight for a 2nd consecutive win, something we've not seen yet this season in Formula League. Ari George now getting close to Yoa Spinador, looking down the inside. What a move! Quite aggressive. Oh, he's gone deep into the hairpin. Shone's past him. Figo's behind him. Figo's past him as well. Oh my, that was such an incredible move to begin with. And then it just turned into the worst thing you could imagine for Ari George at the end of it. Shone's stuck behind Yoa. Figo's going for it. He's into the lead, into the provisional lead, and now he's past Yoa into the lead of the race. Ari George fashioning himself a route down the inside. Both of them hit the grass. Yoa holding down this lead. He's letting Figo through there, I believe, and then he's using the boost to stay in front of Ari George. Ari George looking to go for a switchback maneuver here, side by side with Yoa. Figo is running away right in front of his eyes, but he's managed to make it past Yoa, whose hards have passed their expiry date. Shone makes his way past with some trouble to Yoa, going out wide. Those hards are gone, but God, did he help his teammate in the best way he could. What a move, what a strategy there. Figo into the lead of the race. Now can George and Shone catch back up? According to the BAR drivers, according to Yoa, they have the worst car on the grid. It might be a bit of an over-exaggeration, some might say, but no matter what, the drivers seem to be battling their way through it. And Figo right now, he is getting caught up to slightly by Ari George. Let's compare lap times. It was 2/10 faster there from him. Half a tenth faster was Shone compared to Figo. Hatch running in P4. This has been an incredible performance from him. I thought HRT Storm had car issues. I thought they had a backmarker car. They had, according to the special John Formula Index, they had one of the worst cars on the grid. But Hatch does not seem to be showcasing that in his performance. He is running a calm P4. Ludwig running a calm P5, up from P7 he got in Q2. Then Batico P6, Martin has recovered to P7, Ugran running P8. He's pretty much been there since the start of the race. He started P10, so it's still a gain. Luxuski down into P9. Yoa Spinador, after his pit off of those hard tires, has been undercut by a lot of the grid. He's down in P10 currently, but he's got way fresher tires. So you might see quite some position gains. Boost his way past Luxuski now. Then we have Ricky running 11th, Tihi 12th, Rosqui and 13th ahead of Noble and 14th. Ari George now closing down on the back of Figo. Shone still a far bit out. He's got fresher tires, he's got slower tires, he's on the hards compared to the two drivers currently fighting for the lead who are on medium tires. Oh, Figo with a little bit of a mistake. Ari George using boost, and he goes into the lead of the race round the outside of turn 1. Figo goes a bit wide, it's all clean though. Ari George has to back out, and here he won't back out, and they keep it clean, and this battling is bringing Shone closer together. Ari George going for a boost round the outside again. Figo down the inside looking to try and hold on to it. Ari George is through into the lead. Shone now on the back on the rear wing of Figo. And we had the calm, and Ari George makes a mistake. Figo around the outside. He's back into the lead of the race. What incredible driving we're having. Figo's into the pits looking for an undercut on Ari George and potentially Bishone, as well as the two drivers are still very close together here. Will Shone be going for the lead? Will he be just trying to follow behind George? He's lost a little bit of time. Hatch, I think, gained a bit due to the battling. Figo has exited the pits, already up in 6th. It's been very great for him. Interesting enough, Yoa, not too far from Figo. He did that undercut, of course, in comparison. Well, you can't really call it an undercut. Figo's pitted for his final time. Yoa hasn't. But regardless, he's not too far behind Figo here. Martin, massive error! Yoa takes avoiding action. Ugran also tries to, but heads the grass, I believe, unless he was forced in there. Oh, Anobla letting Shone pass there. Very nice blue flags from the RTX Boeing driver. Ari George into the pits. He's gone onto another soft mediums. He started on the softs. Okay, so that still follows the 2-tire rule. And he's right behind Figo, and he's gonna have faster tires, and they have about the same. They're gonna have about the same grip on them. But I'm pretty sure the BAR, of course, has less grip. This is going to be a tough challenge for Figo here, but he's going to make the most of it. Onobla into the pits for the final time. Oh, letting the drivers pass, of course, on the pit exit. Shone still running those hards in first. It's a 7-second gap. 8-second gap. God damn. He's still running those hards. Is he gonna end on the soft? Is he gonna end on the softs here? Is Shone gonna do, what was it, a hard soft or a medium hard soft? I think he started in either. He definitely didn't start in the softs. No, Figo's catching now, closing down that gap a bit more. 6.5 seconds now. Rozgui Ging close up ahead, but still not. Blue flags close. Ari George running third. Yoa Spinador running fourth. Not too far behind, but he still has to pit one more time, I believe. Unless he runs for a one-stop. But I think he pitted for the hards lap 18. So I think he'll be a madman to run for a one-stop. He might still do it. Shone is in, and he is indeed on softs, and he comes out in fourth. Will the pole setter, the first ever Carpathians Peak pole setter in Formula League Season 2, will he manage to take the win here from fourth on those fresh softs? He's got Figo's teammate to deal with first, to dispatch first. And then he's got to catch up to R.A. George, and then he's got to catch up to Figo. He's got to be careful here with Yoa potentially pitting soon. He doesn't want to go around the outside of the final turn, but Yoa doesn't pit. Mafigil letting drivers pass. Of course, the blue flags. Letting Hatch pass. Now he's going to let Ludwig pass shortly as well. Likely on this straight. Yes, very nice blue flags from Rozgui. Shone's made it past Yoa. Hatch getting close to the back of Yoa himself. Is Yoa gonna commit to a one stop, or will he have to pit one more time? He has no softs left in the bank. It would have to be another soft mediums. He's into the pits. Hatch up to fourth. R.A. George is on the back of Figo. He might be trying to go for P1. And if he does fight Figo too much for P1, that will only help Shone catch up. Hatch in P4, he's not too far behind. Ludwig P5, he's not too far behind himself. Any sort of battling could really change the look of this race. R.A. George. Figo goes wide there. Maybe he's sent out a bit wide. Now down the inside here, R.A. George leaves him space on the outside there just in case. He's through into the race lead. Shone is a second behind the two fighting drivers. Behind R.A. George and behind Figo. He's trying his best to close down that gap as quickly as he can. Figo is looking, I think, for an opening here. R.A. George is not providing any. Heads the grass. And I think that loses both of them a bit of time. Figo, of course, right behind him. So he has no say in the matter. Shone is right on the back of both of them now. He's got the better tires. Figo boosts his way past R.A. George. He's into the lead of the race. There is 5 laps remaining. And it's going to be an intense 5 laps here for the race when 3 drivers still in it. Hatch could even end up involved in it if they battle and lose too much time. George on the back of Figo. Shone also looking for an opening here. Has to take some evasive action there, I think. Not sure that was ping related. But he's keeping it safe. However, he's lost a fair bit of time now to Figo and George as a result of that. It might have just been a unforced error. Teehee up ahead. We'll have to give blue flags. We'll probably wait until the straight. Very nice blue flags from Teehee. His teammate behind. What sort of tires does he have? He's got fresh softs. He might give his. Hatch a bit of a slip maybe if Hatch catches. Figo now running away further Ari George has now lost him a fair bit. Shone has been losing both of them. Has the softs just dropped off? Or is Shone not being able to cope with the pressure? Ari George down the inside on a hairpin. He doesn't have the momentum or the traction to continue combating Figo for position out of that hairpin. But he's still right behind, and Shone is not too far off. But those softs seem to have faded, or Shone's pace seems to have faded in the closing stages of the race. George right on the back of Figo. It's a 36.30 from him, 36.45. It's a 36.95 from Shone. He's lost half a second that lap. Through the hairpin they go. And of course, boost, you gotta factor in boost to it as well. But from a spec view, the boost is a bit broken. Figo, amazing lines, and he's lost Ari George behind him by a fair bit. As we're closing down on the final lap of the race. Through the final chicanes, here we go. Final lap, Ari George has lost a fair bit of time to Figo there. Both him and Shone went on faster tires for this final stint. But despite the BAR having less grip, Figo having gone on those hard tires, I think he's reaping the benefits of that right now as he goes through the final turns. Ari George is nowhere near him. Bishone is nowhere near him. And here we go through the final chicane, and Figo will win the Polish Grand Prix. What a race! Ari George in second. Shone finishes all the podiums. Hatch, incredible race for P4. Ludwig P5. Martin P6, Yoa will finish in P7, Batuko in P8, Ricky finishing in P9, he had to start 14th, incredible race for him, Ugran in P10, finishing where he started, Leksuski in P11, it will be Tihi across the line for P12, Rosgui and Onobla are still battling out here though. Onobla has just gone past Rosgui for P13, and the two of them are still close together. Tihi, it's a very comfortable, well, it's very comfortable in the sense no one's battling him for it. P12, I think he helped out his teammate a bit with holding on to that P4, and that is also just an incredible performance from Hatch, that P4. Great props to him. So many incredible racing performances here today, and Onobla will finish P13. Rosgui with a mistake there at the very end, and it will be P14. It is Figo, your Polish Grand Prix winner. Second Grand Prix win in a row. He started P14. He finished P1 on the top step. Incredible, incredible race. We had 3 drivers in the thick of it, in the fight for that race win. And at the very end, the driver who picked the hards, reap the benefits at the very end, had to pick a harder tire there. He had less grip on his car. He was gonna struggle more with the tire wear, and in the end he's managed to counteract that with his pace and with his clean, calm, collected racing here today. Let's make our way over to the interviews then. Figo, our race winner, one incredible performance. What do you have to say?
That was a good one. That was fantastic. Just, despite having the significantly slower car, my pace as well as Yua's teamwork, just his hold up of the front two was absolutely key. I don't think I wouldn't have won without him. So thank you to him. That was fantastic, bro. I was just on the edge, like literally just very scary, because I just had them chasing me down in faster cars, and it's just terrifying. But I managed to hang on at the end, and I think the hards for the last stint was just it was the good choice, the right choice. And despite the grip disadvantage, I think we had the best tires again. So I thought I'd lost it actually, because the Mazepin guy on like the final corner, he just brake checked me. Like he just stopped on the racing line. Like he just fully stopped. That's why Nanda was able to overtake him. He just I don't know what he was thinking. Um yeah, but even with that setback, we came back and we won. So yeah, it's an incredible one.
Yep, thank you very much. In second, we have R.A. George, the United States Chief of Staff. It was an incredible fight to nearly the very end. Of course, Yoa helped out Figo a bit as well with the hold up play, but overall, what are your thoughts on the race weekend? Started P3, finished P2.
Yeah, not too bad. Again, like not too much practice, so the consistency wasn't really there. And then yeah, at the end, I think also Figo made the right call to go into the hards, and I stuck to my plan of doing mediums to the end. So yeah, that didn't really work out because at the end I had zero grip and I couldn't keep up with the times that Figo was setting. But it was a fun race. The start was good. We just stuck with Bicione and we had like a pretty good gap to. I think Figo was already in P3 at that point. And then, of course, yeah, after the first stint finished, caught up to Ugran, who we passed without a problem. But then Yoa was a bit more of a problem. He was a bit in the way, lost a bunch of time there. And yeah, that allowed Bicione back on my ass and also Figo. I mean, B. Shione and S. Figo back on my ass. And yeah, from there it was just a fight until the end. And my strategy didn't fully work out. So we'll try again another time. It was fun.
Yeah, first podium for RTX Boeing as well, so congratulations on that. And yeah, good race. We don't have Bishone in the VC. We don't have Kato. Oh, I can ask away for El Bishone for the text interview. We'll get back to him in a second. Then, meanwhile, Ludwig started P7. Of course, the qualifying was a bit of a disappointment, but did get back up to P5 on that pace. Still solid points for you, but of course the struggle with finding a second driver. In any case, what do you make of this race week?
Yeah, I think overall it was a really good week considering how terrible our car is. Fifth is very nice for being, I think, 14th and last at the end of lap one. So felt like it was a good drive for me. Obviously, the car is not there, but we have upgrades coming. Hopefully, we can compete in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, I know you and the team have been working very hard on the upgrades, and of course we've got the first mid-season break week coming up next week. It will be very interesting to see how the tides might shift completely with some teams and their upgrades because that's an entire extra week of upgrades without you don't get to test them out in an actual race. You do get to test them out privately. In any case, P7 Yoa in the end, of course, largely due to focusing on that team play to help Figo secure the win, and you had to stay out a long time on the hards and then on the mediums, so you were bound to lose some positions. Still, a solid P7 points finish helps the team. What did you make of your race week?
Sometimes, um, sometimes it's so important to put your race aside and focus on what's best for the team. And I felt like we did that well today. I felt like we did that very well. Um, I was a little bit in the way, of course, but I had to do what we needed to do. We needed to do this for the team, for the badge. We fight for the badge. We fight for the club, and to see Figo win after that, because I said beginning of the race, I'm not going to get in your way because this brother was smoking me in the practice. thingy majingies that we did beforehand. Next thing you know, I'm like, okay, I'm in P4. And then I'm battling Hatch. This guy does not want to get out the way. I try to get past him, I make a mistake. Boom. And then Bituko gets past me. And then I see my teammate there. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this. That's where it started. Then later on, I decided, you know what? We are going to be Sergio Perez 2021 Abu Dhabi. So I see R.A. George and Bishone coming over, or Bishone coming over to me. I look back and I'm like, game on, you are not getting this position at all. And they nearly did. And then I think George made a slight error, which blocked Figo actually, and that allowed me to just go back in front. So you know what? It was fun playing the team game today, and I wanted to do that in the second stint, but I couldn't quite undercut Mr. George. And then Bishone, he was behind me. I held him up a little bit. Then he passed me, so I was a bit worried. But you know what? We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! So brilliant win by Figo, and great day overall. Very happy with how it went at the end.
6.
Thank you very much, Yoa. We've got word from El Bashone, pole position yesterday, and a solid podium drive today. Is what we asked him as well, was soft choice at the end, perhaps not working out. But for his race week, he says, I just hope that podium is enough to make the good people at Bang Energy and Tag Heuer stick with us for the rest of the season. We are shafted if they pull out. Shouts out to Ricky for a great drive after taking a grid penalty. Speaking of Ricky P9 for you today. I did see that you were dissatisfied with having made like a bad lap, but you did start P14, you did gain 5 positions. I think that's a very solid drive from you today. Congratulations on the P9. Yeah. And what did you make of your race week? Of course, missing out on Q2 just barely was an issue yesterday, but you managed to get past that.
Yeah, it was very interesting. With taking the penalty, I was definitely last, so I knew I had to make some ground in the first lap, else it was mission over. And well, it happened. I may have killed someone in a way, but that also in the first turn I made a lot of mistakes. With that one place there's no curb, I always go there, so yay. And yeah, some other stupid mistakes, but overall decent weekend.
Yep, thank you very much. I see we do have Kado in the VC here, aka Hatch. P4. What a race from HRT Storm to get you a P4 and a fastest lap. With Jeru a lap behind, was he giving you a bit of slipstream here and there to try and help out? What was the strategy, the race strategy for you guys today?
I will say that it was very surprising that I had such pace today. I did a lot of training before, so it helped a lot. We did some change in the setup, so it helped a lot. And yeah, Jero, I processed past in right after the first stint, and he helped me a lot with the slipstream, getting away from Bituko. And when I lapped him in the end, yeah, with the slipstream, it's made me secure the P4 from Bituko. So yeah, he helped me a lot for that P4 and that result, which is amazing for the team.
Yeah, incredible drive. Thank you. And who else do we have here? We've got Ben and Nobla, P13 in the end. Bit of a struggle.
Hello.
But what would you make of your race week?
Well, I beat Mathigo, so I think I just get the championship now, right?
Maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the peak of all peaks, beating Mathigo. But no, he was actually surprisingly quick. Sounds like I'm shitting on Mathigo. I'm not, but I wasn't expecting him to actually be quick. But quali, like Q1, the 10 minutes was like the only laps I'd done on the track, and the rest was just Manberg trying to convince me to absolutely murder Figo. I'm joking. I'm joking. We would never do that. The USA Minister of all missiles would never do that, of course. But yeah, it was pretty fun. It was funny every time. Yeah, Ricky. Every time I got lapped, I would just go into a wall and have fun, and just like start doing donuts until everyone passed. But it was all right. It's quite fun.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I think finally, very accurate there. Finally, Racing Point team principal Polak, home race for the team today. P6 and P11 in the end. I did see already a penalty report being made. Other than that, what would you say about your race week? Of course, your Grand Nauruan star Xavier Hawkins was unable to make the race. Did that hurt you guys?
I fear that our star Xavier Hawkins drank too much vodka before the race and he couldn't attend. Yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, we had our great Andalusian driver J. Martin race for him take the car of Racing Point. In our home race, we hoped for a better race, though I believe we are satisfied with the result. However, there will be a talk with the drivers afterwards. We will have summarize the race and just learn from our mistakes. No balls will be chopped from our drivers. However, we are not Zipex, so we will not punish our driver for the mistakes. Also, some unfortunate lap 1 incident have pushed from the decent start that could give us a possible podium at the first lap, dropping all the way down to outside the top 10. So that's also very unfortunate. However, I believe that we are working on an improvement, and we will see ourselves better in the next race after the mid-season break.
All right, thank you very much, and that does conclude the interviews. We've got the mid-season break next week. After that, we'll be coming back for round 5 at the Silverstone circuit for the British Grand Prix. That'll be in 2 weeks' time, so we'll see you then, and goodbye.